What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about The Return of the Living Dead. Right off the bat, I just want to give you all my overall thoughts about this movie, and to be completely honest, just a huge fan of this movie. In my opinion, this is a total classic, just a certified hood classic. It's, in my opinion, one of the most fun zombie movies of all time. You know, a lot of zombie movies, they're very bleak, they're very dark. This movie does, you know, kill it with the horror elements, like when it's supposed to be scary, when it's supposed to be dark, it is very dark, but the overall tone of this movie is just so darn fun. It's a wild ride. It's a party. I mean, I can't think of many other zombie movies that are this fun. This is one of the most fun. I've said fun 50 times already. That take a shot every time I say fun. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. You'll get alcohol poisoning. But anyways, yeah, this movie is a blast. It's a great time. It's a classic. I mean, what can you say? It's hard to review, movies like this, like well-regarded movies, because I mean, what can you really say that hasn't been said? I mean, this movie rules, Review over. No, but anyways, those are my overall thoughts. Now I'm going to get into a quick little plot summary here. So the movie starts off, you have these two characters, Frank, he works at this supply warehouse, and he's training this new guy, this new young guy, Freddy. And the supply warehouse, they have all kinds of pretty much like medical stuff. So there's skeletons and these like half dogs. I think the stuff is for like med students basically. But anyways, one thing leads to another, and they start talking about they have this uh, canister from this government experiment. They go check it out in the basement, and they're clumsy. They accidentally open it. They release this gas, and it starts bringing some of the cadavers to life. Then they go, well, like one cadaver specifically, and they chop it up into pieces. They take it to this crematorium. They burn it, but all the fumes go out of the chimney, and it mixes with the rain. And there's a cemetery over yonder, which, all the rain comes down with the chemical, which is called trioxin, and it creates a whole heap of zombies. And our main characters are just trying to survive and fight these zombies for the rest of the film. So now that I've given you all a little plot summary, I'm trying to jump into my likes here. I have a long list of likes for this movie. Barely any dislikes, but I had to add a couple because, I mean, no movie is absolutely perfect. I feel like I would like lose credibility if I said, "Oh, it's just 100% perfect. I have zero dislikes," but I have a long list of likes. So, first thing for my likes is the music is awesome. When the fog is initially coming out, there's this little musical cue that plays a couple times throughout the movie. That's awesome. There's that song. It's like, "Do you wanna party? It's party time." That song's awesome. Like I said, this movie is a party. It's a fun time, wild ride. So, I mean, that's an iconic song, super memorable. The music's great. Another thing is the costumes are awesome. So the main characters, the younger ones, they're all punks, and they have like leather jackets, all these crazy haircuts, mohawks, chains coming out of their face. Their car's really cool. It's all like spray painted up. It says like "Who cares" and stuff. So the costumes are just super colorful, super unique. I mean, it's just they're just great to look at. Super awesome. Another like that I have is super fun dialogue. There's a lot of memorable lines. I like the character Suicide. He's like, "You think this is a costume? This is a way of life." And you got Tom Matthews' character. He's like, because the character Frank, he's like, "Watch your tongue, boy, if you like this job." And then Tom Matthews' character Fred, he's like this job. You know, that's a one of the most iconic lines in the movie, and then they actually repeat that in the second one, so that's cool. There's a couple callbacks in the second one, so I'm all about that. I'm all for it. And then another little line that I wrote down. I don't know if I'm gonna get this 100% right. I'm just paraphrasing, but Linnea Quigley's character, she's like, "Do you ever fantasize what it would be like to die? Like, do you ever just think about all the ways of dying?" That's iconic. I mean, there's 100 iconic lines in this movie. When the one zombie's like, "Send more paramedics, send more cops." I mean, any line you can think of, name any line from this movie, and it's iconic. It's memorable. The dialogue is awesome. The characters are super likable, super fun. Let me see here. So another thing that I wrote for my likes is I like that the zombies can talk and that they're smart. A lot of zombies in other movies, they're just mindless zombies, you know, they're just just walking around aimlessly. They have, no mind of their own. They're just, they're like animals, that I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect animals, but you know what I mean. They're not like conscious. They can't like speak. They can't, articulate themselves. They're just kind of zoning through life. But these zombies are smart. They can talk. They have a mind of their own. I think that's pretty cool. I like how they explain the thing where the zombies want to eat brains to make their pain go away. I don't know if I'm 100% correct with this, but I'm pretty darn sure. I'm almost positive this was the first movie to ever introduce the idea of zombies eating brains. I'm pretty sure it was the first one, which nowadays that's like a staple of zombies. When you think of zombies, you think of eating brains. This was the first to do it. I mean, they changed the game with this one. That's cool. I like how they explain that. It's, the one zombie where she's just like a torso, like a green torso, and she has like her spine coming down. She's like, yeah, it hurts to be dead, and we eat the brains to make the pain go away. So I thought that was like a pretty smart little clever explanation for eating the brains. Let me see what other likes I have here. I just wrote down Tar Man with 2 exclamation points. I mean, Tar Man is probably the best looking zombie. His walk is just, it's so great. He looks like he's like about to fall apart. He's just all slimy, and the makeup on him looks great. I like just in terms of makeup, I like that green girl zombie that I'm talking about, where she's on the table and it's just like her torso. And then there's this headless zombie. He looks pretty darn good. All the makeup and the effects in this movie are just excellent. And then to go on to the last part of my likes, something that I really like about this movie is you have just a ton of familiar faces from other horror movies. So, I mean, you got icons here. You got Tom Matthews, who was Tommy Jarvis in Friday the 13th Part 6, which that's one of my all-time favorite Friday the 13ths. That's definitely in my top 3. I love Friday the 13th Part 6, and Tom Matthews is 100% my favorite. Tommy Jarvis. You have Linnea Quigley. She's in, Silent Night, Deadly Night. She's in Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. She's has like a million credits in horror movies. She's iconic. You have Miguel Nunez from he's Demon from Friday the 13th Part 5. Demon's like one of my favorite characters from Friday the 13th Part 5, so it's cool to see him. And then another Friday the 13th person. So the character Suicide is played by Mark Venturini. I don't know if I said that name correct, but he is in Friday the 13th 5 as well. He's the guy who kills that chubby kid with the axe. So you got a ton of horror alumni in this movie. It's always cool to see familiar faces, and it's not just like there's some, some actors from some horror movies that I'm like indifferent about or whatever about. Like I love their characters in the other movies that they're in, and then they're awesome in this movie. So, I mean, that's a huge like for me, seeing some familiar faces and some people that I like. So that was all that I have for my likes. Is, like I said, a long list of likes. I love this movie. There's a lot to like about it. Now I'm getting into my dislikes. I only have a couple. So my first dislike is that this movie has kind of a downer ending, which a lot of horror movies do, but whenever I watch it, I'm like, damn, it's like, I don't know. I mean, like I said, horror movies do have downer endings. It's a staple of the genre, but in my opinion, it is a little bit disappointing. It's like, oh, well, they all just they all just blew up. So that, I don't know. It's like, what was the point? But it's not a big deal. I mean, the ending works, but it does leave you kind of feeling a little bit down. And then the other dislike that I had, this is my only other dislike, like I feel like the movie ends abruptly. Like I feel like it's just going and then it just like comes to like a quick stop. Like it's not like a gradual ending. Like you just kind of I can't speak. You kind of get bombarded by the ending. It's just like, oh, movie's over. What? It kind of hits you out of nowhere. So those are my only dislikes. They're not anything significant where it like ruins my experience. Like they're such like minor dislikes. I just had to mention it. That's my style that I've been doing recently, where I do the likes, dislikes, WTF moments. So gotta have a couple dislikes, or no movie's 100% perfect, like I said earlier. So that's all I have for my dislikes. Now I'm gonna get into a couple of my WTF moments, and then I'm about to wrap things up. So my first WTF moment is Linnea Quigley's character. I think her name's Trash. Yep, Trash. She is just completely naked for like 5 minutes straight in the movie, and I feel like I haven't seen this movie in a couple years, and I didn't remember her being completely naked. I remember her being topless for like 5 minutes. I'm not hating. I mean, she's a beautiful woman. She looks good, but it's just like, it is a WTF moment. I'm just like, what the heck? Like, but I didn't remember her being completely naked. I mean, she's topless and bottomless. I think she wore like a little thing over, like I was watching some behind the scenes, like she wore like a little thing over her lady parts there, but I mean, she is just completely naked, and I was just, I mean, you don't see that. I mean, even if you do, like, yeah, you don't, I mean, you see it like in a lot of like horror movies and slasher movies, you'll see, topless girls, but topless and bottomless, and just like the amount of screen time she's naked is absolutely crazy. I don't, I mean, that's like, that takes some confidence. I don't know how she like was so comfortable doing that. That's pretty darn cool. Now getting into my last WTF moment. So I noticed this in this movie, but I noticed this in all the Return of the Living Dead sequels as well. So the tar man just like bites Suicide's head and just like cracks his skull and bites his brain open. Like in all these movies, the zombies are just able to like bite people's skulls open and eat their brains. Like that's a WTF moment for me, because I don't know how they don't break their teeth, and how is their jaw that strong? They're like decaying, and you wouldn't think, like maybe they need some like nutcracker type thing, or like maybe I don't know, they need to like bust the skull open first and then eat some brains. They could like eat it with a little spoon or something. Like, how are you just gonna bite through a dude's skull? I mean, that's so unrealistic. That just ruined the movie for me. This zombie movie is just not realistic enough. I mean, this movie, I can't even stand it. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, in all the sequels, the zombies are just biting through people's skulls and just like instantly getting at their brain. I don't know. Whenever I see that, I'm just like, what the heck? Like, how is that happening? I think I'm overthinking it, because it's a zombie movie. I mean, zombies aren't even real anyways. So like, what am I wasting my time trying to, like rationalize it? But hey, that's when I was watching it, I was thinking, WTF. So had to add it for my WTF moments. But anyways, that's all the notes that I wrote down for this movie. I pretty much said everything that I wanted to say. Like I said earlier, this movie is an absolute classic. It's one of the most fun zombie movies out there. If you haven't seen it, go check this out immediately. It's a must watch if you're a fan of zombie movies, if you're a fan of horror movies. So yeah, go check this out. I just watched it. I got the Blu-ray here. I just watched it on the Blu-ray last night. The Blu-ray was looking crispy. The Blu-ray was looking real clean. But actually, this is free on Tubi right now. So if you have Tubi, go check this movie out for free. On there, I believe it's on Pluto as well. It's on quite a few of the free streaming services. I thought I would show this. They got a little Tarman cover art. I thought that was pretty cool. I think that it might be the thing where you can this is like an alternate cover. I don't know. I thought that was cool. This cover is like a newer cover. It's not the original one, but I think that's pretty good. I picked this up at Meyer a couple years ago. Meyer doesn't get the best DVDs and Blu-rays, but once in a while they get some good stuff. It's a pretty solid Blu-ray. It has a bunch of special features on here, but I don't know about you all, but even if I have like special features on a Blu-ray or DVD, I mainly just watch special features and behind the scenes stuff on YouTube, because for most movies it's already uploaded to YouTube. Because then, like if I'm gonna watch it, on the TV, I gotta like sit down, and it's a whole thing. Like if I can just pull up the special features or behind the scenes on YouTube, I can watch it when I'm like eating or doing something. So yeah, basically, I watched this on the Blu-ray, but if you are trying to check it out, it's on Tubi. Pretty sure it's on Pluto TV. So I mean, it might even be on YouTube as well. So I mean, what do you have to lose? It's free. It's a great movie. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Go check it out. But anyways, like I said, I already said everything I wanted to say about this movie. So I'm going to wrap things up here. Thank you all very much for watching. Peace out.